Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor. I am a law enforcement and Marine Corps veteran and a science fiction, political, and philosophy nerd. And ooh boy, am I excited to bring you this trailer today. It is called Interrogator. Since it is only a minute long, we're going to watch it first, and then we're going to go back and break it down. Let's go.
Living means learning to do what's necessary. Sometimes I wonder if my hands will ever be clean. Sit down.
Ado requires a situation addressing.
I am not that man anymore.
So, as I said, Interrogator.
That man died with Bellina.
Get up.
Baller was a voice long consigned to the past.
Finding someone in this sump heap isn't easy. Never mind a man like Herosh.
Sortha. Hell of a woman.
You're both chasing ghosts.
Disperse!
Poor bastards have no idea what's coming for them.
Yes. So, in preparation for this video, I took a look at an interrogator versus Arbites versus enforcer, okay? Because I was pretty sure, like, before the trailer started, that an interrogator was a form of Arbites. I was wrong. So the inquisitorial seal kind of tipped me off a little bit. An interrogator is the understudy of a inquisitor. And for those of you who are completely unfamiliar with the Warhammer 40k universe, what that means is a inquisitor is kind of like a NSA agent, a CIA agent, the Spanish Inquisition from, Christian medieval Europe, and a cop all rolled into one, meaning that they do investigative work. They look at heretics, they look at mutants, they look at aliens, they look at corruption, they look at threats to the Imperium of Man, and they take them out, and they, basically deal with corruption along with all these other factors. But that gives them an insane amount of power in the Warhammer 40k universe because they're answerable only to, the Emperor and the Lords of Terra. So they walk with the authority of Holy Earth amongst the million worlds of the Imperium of Man. And Inquisitors are capable of ordering the deaths of entire planets. Well, interrogators are their understudies. And just taking a brief look at the wiki before, I basically started the video, it looks like you can be an inquisitorial acolyte, meaning that you're just like a hired gun, somebody who's under the bodyguard protections of the Inquisitor, and then you do his dirty work. And then an interrogator is the next step up, where you're supposed to start being the apprentice in order to become an Inquisitor. Most acolytes and most interrogators die before they reach the title of Inquisitor, because the job is so dangerous and because they're so zealous in the persecution and prosecution of their beliefs that they end up getting schwacked. So this is compared to the Adeptus Arbites, which is the interplanetary law enforcement, similar to the FBI of the Warhammer 40k universe, but is basically the Judge Dredd. They wear similar visors and helmets. They wear black leather. They carry some of the best equipment, but they're basically federal level police that only enforce imperial law, not necessarily local law, which brings us to enforcers. And enforcers are planetary law enforcement, meaning that they enforce the laws solely of that planet, and as a result are a step under the Arbites. And then the cool thing from a tabletop standpoint, please bear with me for another beautiful moment because I could take money out of your pocket for Games Workshop, is they did release the Palanite Enforcers in the Necromunda world, meaning technically if you wanted to buy Judge Dredd miniature heads from Puppets War and then you wanted to slap them on Palanite Enforcer bodies, you could create an Arbites army in this current day and age. It's a beautiful world of Warhammer, okay? But let's get into the details and break down some of what we're seeing.
Living means learning to do what's necessary. Sometimes I wonder if my hands will ever be clean.
Sit down.
Ado requires a situation.
So, learning to do what's necessary. So we're assuming that he's already done a little bit of corruption. There's some gangers who are willing to smack him in the face. For an Arbites, he's not an Arbites. He's not an enforcer. He was an inquisitorial understudy. That gives him even higher authority. So that pretty much already tells me that he's dirty. So either he did something that contributed to the death of his inquisitor, or he's just a dirty interrogator, dirty acolyte who's hiding out from the Inquisition, or, you know, something bloody sent him down a incorrect pathway. And so the thing that was tripping me out, that was making me think that he was more of like a law enforcement than an inquisitor, was these, I think they call them like epaulettes. They look very Arbites reminiscent. They look very law enforcement. Along with the revolver. The revolver is the there's like auto guns and stub guns and this, that, the other. There's a whole classification of like firearm, but it looks like a traditional ballistic revolver, which is a part of the Paladite Enforcer kit. So this is all visually screaming law enforcement, while allegedly he's Inquisition. But let's keep it moving a little bit. But the fact that gangers feel comfortable busting into his quarters and punching him in the face and telling him to sit down, he did something shady or shitty in the past, or else he'd be dumping a cylinder into these people.
Addressing.
I am not that man anymore.
So, as I said, Interrogator.
That man died with a
So we have the seal of the Inquisition blowing open. That man died with Belina, and I'm assuming this could be either a fellow acolyte, fellow interrogator, or maybe the original Inquisitor. Who knows? It's going to be a noir, thriller, investigative, violent mystery in the Underhive. I'm very excited.
Eleanor.
Get up.
Baller was a voice long consigned to the past.
Finding someone in this sump heap isn't easy. Never mind a man like Herosh.
Sortha. Hell of a woman.
You're both chasing ghosts.
Disperse!
Poor bastards have no idea what's coming for them.
And this is what I love about it. It's shot like a noir. It's shot like a thriller. It's shot like a detective. And so for those of you who are like, Connor, what the heck are you talking about? I'm less than 20 years old. So even for me, this is before my time. So the, there's a famous style of movie called a noir black. So typically shot in black and white, but also a dark investigative thriller. And there's some tropes in this, like a damsel in distress who comes to the supplication of a private investigator. Well, we kind of have that. That wasn't a damsel in distress, but it was somebody who this person owed, and as a result gets into dirty, disgusting, and nefarious affairs. And then typically the trope is that through the investigation, not only do they serve the interests of the people that originally hired them, but ultimately they end up serving their own interests and finding twists and finding ways to get the upper hand on everybody, and then reveal the mystery at the climactic scene, but also get theirs in the end. And that's kind of the tropes of the noir. So beautifully done. Looking forward to it. This is what's in the pipe for Games Workshop coming forward. So, as much as Warhammer Plus is a little bit of a frustrating titillation of this universe, I am happy to be in like a hive city. I'm happy to be in a claustrophobic, overpopulated, dirty, disgusting place. I'm happy to be talking to inquisitorial acolytes and criminal scum and underhive scum that all have to interact with each other in order to solve mysteries and kill the hell out of each other. I'm happy to see 40K era weapons and kind of, see the violence as it unfolds. And then I'm also happy to feel, oftentimes 40K stories can feel so big that they get a little bit lost. Like, so for instance, in the Exodite series that we just finished, basically what happened was, rather than a clean, concise, precise resolution within the narrative frame of this individual, we basically got introduced to an even bigger world with no resolution. What I like about this narrative is it's probably going to be self-contained, close, and tight, and narrative and thematically based. And I'm looking forward to that. I hope that it's comfortable in its own skin, as I previously criticized other artwork for not being. I hope it's comfortable exploring the thematic and gritty elements of the universe while keeping it self-contained instead of relying on the broader universe to kind of explain away any desires for resolution. So I'm looking forward to it, basically. So if you made it through the entire video, if you like the breakdown, if you like my insight, if you like my commentary, then go ahead and like the video. Leave a comment. Comment for the comment gods, okay? Subscribe. Ring the bell. Become a YouTube member if you'd like to support other content like this. And also feel free to check out our other Warhammer stuff on the playlist. Also check out the politics playlist if you're into debating politics. And also check out the media reaction breakdowns like Full Metal Jacket, End of Watch, Fury, all that kind of stuff, because there's plenty of beautiful, violent media for you to get similar commentary, similar insight on. Once again, my name is Connor. I'm a science fiction, political, and philosophy nerd, a law enforcement and Marine Corps veteran. And feel free to go to patreon.com/counterpoints or become a member here or on live streams on Twitch, where we go live from 11 p.m. EST on Friday to 1 a.m. I appreciate you. See you in the next one.